Okay, let us come to the programming language called Python. Okay. So Python is world famous general purpose high level object oriented programming language. Come to the point. Python is vast set of libraries and frameworks. One more important point we have to remember is Python is open source. No need to pay money for Python download. Python is open source. Python is using for develop data science applications. And Python is using for implement AI applications. AI means artificial intelligence. Python is using for develop ఎక్కడికి అయితే కూర్చోండి ల్యాబ్ లో కూర్చోండి. Python is using for develop web applications. Python is using for develop GUI applications. GUI means desktop applications. What are the different kind of web applications? You may like Amazon.com or Amazon.in, Flipkart.com, Myntra.com. So like this, there are multiple websites are there. So you can able to develop a web application using with Python. And you can able to develop a GUI applications using with Python. So what are the GUI applications? Like Notepad application, like billing system. So like this, there are multiple applications you can able to develop using with the Python. Python is using for develop gaming applications. You can develop games also using with Python. And one more thing, Python is using for develop mobile applications. Mobile apps also you can develop for Android and iOS. And one more thing, Python is used for or using for develop blockchain applications. Blockchain kind of Bitcoins kind of things. Blockchain apps. And Python is using for robotics and IoT apps. Okay, so what not? Python is everywhere. If you learn Python, you can able to develop any kind of application in the real time. Any kind of application. You can able to develop a data science application. You become a data scientist and you become a data analyst. You become AI engineer. You can become a full stack web developer. You can become GUI developer. You can become game developer. You can develop mobile apps. You can develop blockchain apps. You can develop robotics apps, or you can develop IoT apps. So if you properly learn Python, then you can able to learn any kind of application in the future. So that is the agenda. So let me go with the paint. Paint also I will explain the same thing. Python is the core fundamental points. If you learn Python properly, if you know Python properly, if you learn Python properly, then you can able to do anything. You can able to do anything. So what you can able to do, for example, you can able to build AI applications. You can able to build data science applications. You can able to build IoT applications. You can able to build web applications. You can able to build mobile applications. You can able to build gaming applications. You can able to build IoT applications. You can able to build robotic applications. Once you learn Python, you can able to learn all kind of applications. If you learn Python, you can able to build all kind of application. For everything, Python is mandatory programming language. For everything is Python is mandatory programming language nowadays. Very, very popular. Top 1 or 2. Okay, so what kind of applications you can able to build using with Python, I will write now. Okay, we can write data science. We can develop data science applications. You can develop AI applications. You can develop web applications. You can develop mobile applications. You can develop IoT applications. You can develop blockchain applications. And you can develop robotics. And you can develop desktop applications. So for all these kind of application development, Python is important. Python programming is important. What Python programming is very simple. When you compare with other programming languages, Python fundamentals. Python fundamentals are simple. Everybody can learn. Everybody can learn. After Python, implement some library or framework. After Python, implement some libraries or frameworks to develop any kind of applications. Then application develop and deploy. Once you learn Python fundamentals, this is the mandatory thing. If you learn Python fundamentals, then you can able to develop any kind of application. You can develop any kind of project by learning some library, by learning some framework. After Python. Okay. So these fundamentals are important. So we are going to be dealing this Python now. So if you want to learn Python, what are the fundamental things you require? If you want to learn Python, what are the fundamental things to require? Just to understand English. If you know English, if you know a little bit mathematics, if you know English, if you know a little bit mathematics, Python is simple. You can able to easily learn. Okay, now come to the point. One more important question. What are the different editors for Python? What are the different editors for Python? Okay, you can write Python anywhere. Python you can write in Notepad. You can write Python in Notepad++. You can write Python in Sublime Text. You can write Python in brackets. You can write Python in PyCharm. You can write Python in Anaconda Navigator. In Anaconda Navigator, there are two things. One is the Jupyter. One is the Spider. These two important editors which are available in Anaconda Navigator. Okay, and you can write in the Visual Studio Code. So wherever you want, you can write Python code. That is the fundamental thing. But you are writing in Python code in Notepad, you have to save the Python file with the .py format. Even you are writing in the Notepad, you have to save the file in the .py format. Even you are writing in Sublime Text, you need to save the file with the .py format. Even you are writing the brackets, you have to save the file with the .py format. Even you are writing in PyCharm also, you need to save the file with the .py format. Otherwise, it cannot able to run. But for example, if you're writing the Jupyter notebook, you have to save the file with .ipynib. That is the format. Automatically, the file format is going to be saved with .ipynib. But when you are writing with the Spider, that is going to be saved again .py format. Coming to the VS Code, in VS Code also Python file is going to be saved with .py. Okay, so to do this, before writing the editors, we need to install Python. Okay, before editor, let me write a note point. Before entering into the editor, before enter with any editor, first of all, first we need to First, we need to install Python in our system. In our system. Your system like Windows operating system, Mac operating system, Linux operating system. First of all, you need to install Python. Without installation of Python, you cannot go with any kind of editor. By installing Python, we can able to get one editor default. That editor name is called ideal. So ఇక్కడ మనం number of editors చెప్పుకున్నాం కదా. Editors అన్ని separate ఉంటాయి. But when you install Python, one editor is default. This is important note point. By installing Python, we can able to get one editor default. That editor name is called ideally. What is the meaning of ideal is? Integrated development, lightweight environment. Integrated development, lightweight environment. That is the meaning of ideal. Okay, so how to install Python? That is very simple. Directly you can just jump to the browser. Go for python.org. When you go to python.org, you will be finding a downloads option. Go to the downloads option here. Go to the Windows operating system. Once you go to the Windows operating system, got right side, you will be finding a button. Python కూర్చోండి. కూర్చో పర్లేదు. మాన్సా one more time for the new people. What is Python? Python is world famous general purpose high level object oriented programming language. Python is vast set of libraries and frameworks. Python is open source. What is the meaning of open source? It is free of cost. No need to pay money for the Python download. Python is using for develop data science applications. Python is using for implement AI applications. Python is using for develop web applications. What are the different kind of web applications you know? Amazon, Flipkart, Myntra, for example. And one more thing, Python is using for develop graphic user interface applications like Notepad, billing apps, something like that. Python is using for develop gaming applications. There are different kind of games. Python is using for develop mobile apps. That application which is available in the Android operating system, iOS also. And one more thing, Python is using for develop blockchain applications also. And one more thing, Python is using for robotics, IoT apps, Internet of Things. Okay, if you want to write Python, before that I want to go with the diagram. If you learn Python, you can able to develop desktop apps, you can able to develop data science apps, you can able to develop AI applications, you can able to develop web applications, mobile apps, IoT, blockchain, robotics, anything. But here the important point, Python fundamentals are simple. Simple like anything, eating like banana. Writing fundamentals of Python is simple. No prerequisites, no pre-qualifications, nothing. If you know how to write English, you can able to understand English. If you can able to understand English, you know how to write English, you know a little bit mathematics of your 8th class and 7th class, then obviously everybody can able to learn Python. Everybody can able to write Python code, and everybody can able to develop some applications. Not a big deal, not a rocket science. This is not a rocket science. This is simple. But only the thing is understand the syntax, dedication. Understand the syntax and dedication important. Dedicatedly, you have to do hard work. After learning the syntaxes, you have to do practice 1 or 2 times. Then automatically Python will come. It is not rocket science. Okay. And everybody can learn. I already told you, everybody can learn. BTech people, MCA people, degree people, intermediate people, school people. I'm actually specially entertaining school people also Python. School people also can learn Python. After Python, implement some libraries or frameworks, then you can able to develop any kind of applications. The main agenda of the Python is simple. And come to the one more point. What are the different editors to write Python code? You can write in Notepad. You can write in Notepad++. You can write in Sublime Text. You can write in brackets. You can write in PyCharm. You can write in Anaconda Navigator. In Anaconda Navigator is basically environment. When you are installing Anaconda Navigator, a bunch of editors will come. From the bunch of editors, I want to pick up only the Jupyter and Spider. From Jupyter, you can go with the IPanif files. From Spider, you can go with the .py files. That's it. And there is a one more editor called Visual Studio Code. You can write the code in VS Code also. But everywhere Python files are going to be saved with .py format. Only in the Jupyter file format is different. Only in the Jupyter file format is different. Remaining all the editors, Python files are going to be saved with .py. Remember the point. But one important thing, note point. Before enter with any editor, we need to install Python in our system. Without installation of Python, you cannot go forward. You cannot able to create your PY files. First of all, we need to install Python in our machine. To install Python, when we install Python, automatically one editor is default. By installing Python, we can able to get one editor default. What is the name of the editor is called? Ideally. What is the kind of editor it is? Integrated development, lightweight environment. Am I clear? Now let us move to the installation of Python. How to install Python? How to install Python? Open your browser. Open your favorite browser, whatever the browser you want. And search for python.org. Search for python.org. Then go to the downloads option. Then go to downloads option. Then go to select operating system. Select the version. Click on the button. After download file, double click. Next. Number of times you have to click the next option. Number of times you need to click on the next option. Finally, you can get the install option. That's all. So that is what actually I'm showing here. Open python.org. Search your python.org in the browser. Go to the option called downloads. Go to the one more option called operating system. Go to the file called 3.12.3. This is the latest version of Python. Double click on that. Click on that. It is downloading for me now. After download, you have to double click on that. It is actually opening one window. I already installed Python. That is the very reason it is asking me what. If you want to modify, if you want to repair, if you want to uninstall. Already I installed. If you not installed, it will show the different editor, different window for installation option. But I don't want to modify it. I don't want to repair it. I don't want to uninstall it. Cancel it. Okay, so once you install Python, automatically you can search in your operating system for ideally. Search for ideally. Search for ideally. This is ideally. One important thing you have to remember. After installation of Python, search for ideally in Windows or Mac, whatever it is. When I open ideally have two kind of environments. One is a interpreted mode, one is a batch mode. One is the interpreted mode, one is the batch mode. What about the interpreted mode? Line by line execution. What is the batch mode? What is the batch mode? File need to save with a .py format and run multi-lines at once. Right, run multiple lines at the single time. That is the batch mode. But interpreted mode, what is happening? Line by line execution. Now let me go with the interpreted mode. Now let me go to the interpreted mode. This is the interpreted mode. So let me go with the 3 plus 4. What is the 3 plus 4? 7. This is Python code. I am just giving simple operation, mathematical operation, calculator operation, 3 plus 4. Let me give. What is the output now? 56 minus 53. What is the output now? We don't know. But immediately system is giving the output. What is the output now? System is giving immediate output for that. What is the double slash here? What is the double slash here? 345 divided by 7. 345 divided by 7, it is a big number. 49.285742. See, there is a big number after the dot. After the decimal, there is a big number. But I don't want to see that decimal after. After decimal, whatever it is, I don't want. But before the decimal, the floor value I want to see. I don't want to see the seal value. Only floor value if you want to see. What do you want to do? Just a double slash. When I say double slash, it is a floor division. So it's called floor division. Only the floor value you can able to see. I want to see the power value. If you want to see the power value, you can see the power value also. A problem with the things like this. What is that 2 to the power of 3? 2 to the power of 3. What is that 3 to the power of 5? So you can able to see the immediate value, power value. You can able to see the power value with the double star. Double star is one operation to get the power value. For example, name is equal to Srinivas. I want to pick up the name. What is the name now? Name is the variable, a container. Srinivas is the value I am keeping into the container. Srinivas is the value I am keeping into the container. Container name is name. Container name is name. So cup is equal to T. Now what is the cup contained with? Cup is equal to coffee. What is the cup contained with now? What is the cup contained now? Previously I got assigned tea into the cup. Now I was assigned coffee into the cup. Now what cup contained with? Coffee. Okay. That way you can do with the interpreter mode. Now one more mode for ideally. There is a one more mode I told you. In ideally there are two modes. One is the interpreted mode. One more is the batch mode. Now let me try to work with the batch mode here. How to do batch mode? Go to the file, create new file. File, create new file. Okay, save as. How to save the file? Sorry. frizz water effect. File, save as. How to save the file? Go to desktop. I want to save the file on top of the desktop. I want to create a new folder. Python 11 main. Inside the folder, I want to create the file name file.py. .py mandatory. .py mandatory for Python files. My file name is what? My file name is file. My file name is file. Extension is .py. Okay, save it. Save. Okay, name Srinivas. Qualification. Okay, location India. Salary. Finally, I want to print the name. Print of. I want to print the qualification. I want to print the location. I want to print the salary. Name is a variable, qualification is a variable, location is a variable, salary is a variable. All these are identifiers. Identifiers are variables. But value is sometimes value is Srinivas, sometimes value is MCA, that is string, and India, that is also string. And one more is 56 or 5,60,000. Then 5,60,000. That is a number. That is a number type. Whenever you have the number type, don't give the single quotes or double quotes. Number type. Now, finally, I'm accessing all the values in the print statement. Print is the function to print the values. In Python, print is the function to print the values. Okay, let me go to the run option. Go to the run option, click on the run module. Here only there is a F5. Shortcut is F5. Or go to the run, click on the run module. When I click on the run module, save the files before. I got everything out. I got everything output. Output came or not? What I got output? Srinivas, MCA, India, 5,60,000. Okay, I want to see the one more kind of output. Close this window. I want to see the one more kind of output. Go to the print again. Print the name is, comma. Name is name. Or, yeah, you can go with the name is name. Name is name. Second one, qualification. Next one, location. Next one, salary. Second one is what? Qualification is, comma, qualification. Get your variable. This is my custom string. This is my custom string. This is also my custom string. And this is also my custom string. So here it is. Location is location. And one more custom string. Salary in 2024 is salary. Finally, one more time you want to run the program. Go to the run option, go to the run module. Before run, it is asking me to save the file. Yes, save the file. Can you see the output now? Total output. How many prints are there? Totally 8 prints are there. First 4 prints, only variables are printing, only variable names printing. Second 4 prints, additional with your custom strings also. This is the way of writing Python code. This is the way of writing Python programs. Is it clear? Okay, let me hide all the program. X is equal to 120. Y is equal to 45. Addition is equal to X plus. First of all, save the file. Save the file. New file. Save as desktop. Okay. Add program. Add.py. X is equal to 120. Y is equal to 34. And I want to go with the add. Add is equal to X plus Y. Print. Addition is addition. Can I do like this? Can I do like this? What is the output of this program? Addition is 154. Now one more thing. I want to go for the subtraction. Subtraction is X minus Y. Print. Subtraction is comma subtraction. Now see the one more time. Subtraction is this. Now I want to see the multiplication. So you can do anything. X into Y. Print off. Multiplication is multiplication. So like this, you can write any programs. Okay, I want to create a new file now. Save the file as one is add.py, one is a file.py, and this time something like a calculator. Salary.py. Salary is 45,000. Cuttings 4,000. Bonus 2,000. Now final salary. What is the final salary? Tell me. Salary plus bonus minus print final salary. Chayla operation avutada. Print final salary. What is the final salary? Final underscore. What is the final salary of the person? 43,000. How 43,000 came? His basic salary is 45,000. Some cuttings gone for 4,000. Bonus added 2,000. And finally, salary plus bonus minus cuttings. Simple operations. Tomorrow, we'll go with the complexity. Little bit complexity. And we try to understand there are multiple ways of writing the print function. There are multiple ways of trying to writing the multiple programs. Programs complexity koddiga benchudam. Little bit more. So day by day, you have to learn something. Every day you have to learn something. You have to do practice something, and you have to implement something. Before coming tomorrow class, please install Python. Please practice with IDL. No, we don't have anything like this. There is no predefined syntax. This is Python. That is comparing with other programming languages and Python. Python was direct. No need to write like public static void main like that. There is no main function like that. Python is direct hit. Okay. Tomorrow we will be having some more complexity programs. At the same time, Please install Python today, everybody. Tomorrow I'll go with Anaconda Navigator, Jupyter Notebook also. And tomorrow I'll show you multiple editors also. Today I'm doing with IDLE only. Tomorrow I'll show with the multiple editors also. But in class, regular programs, most of the time I go with the Jupyter Notebook. That is a comfortable editor. You may feel like you may become a very good fan with the Jupyter Notebook. That is a very nice one. Later I will show that. Okay, so మీరు ఏం చేయాలి ఇవాళ అంటే పైథాన్ ఇన్స్టాల్ చేయాలి.